Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Okay, man. Now in this video, we are starting to learn post-fertilization events. So now, post-fertilization events, let us start to learn. So in post-fertilization events, what is happening and what are the main important points of post-fertilization events, everything. So we will learn now. Now, under post-fertilization events in sexual reproduction. Events in sexual reproduction after the formation of a zygote. So means under post-fertilization events, so what are the main important points we will discuss means events in sexual reproduction after the formation of diploid zygote. So after the formation of diploid zygote, so what are the changes we will observe in the process of sexual reproduction? All we will be taking under which one? Post-fertilization events. One more time, once you see there. So what is the point? The events in a sexual reproduction after the formation of zygote. So means here after the formation of a zygote, so what are the changes comes no? So what are the events comes no? All these events we will be taking as post-fertilization events. Post-fertilization. After fertilization. So what are the events which occurs after the fertilization? All those points we can be taken under post-fertilization events. In this particular case, main important thing where we have to concentrate. So just we have to concentrate on the formation of zygote. Suppose if the formation of zygote is completed means from that zygote to we can see the development of embryo. So that's why for the first time we will give importance to the development of zygote. Okay, man. Now you see there in post-fertilization events. So first one we have to concentrate on the zygote. Okay, now let us see the information. The formation of diploid zygote is universal in all sexual reproducing organisms. This is the point I didn't underline, but this particular point we have to store in our mind. Means here all kind of organisms, means which one, what are the organisms or reproduce sexually. There definitely which one formation takes place? Diploid zygote formation takes place. It is universal. So how sun will rise in the east, so likewise here also the formation of a diploid zygote is universal in all sexual or sexually reproducing organisms. Don't forget, next one, in organisms with external fertilization. Sir, in previous video we learned fertilization, two types of fertilizations are there, external fertilization and internal fertilization. Fertilization takes place outside of the organism, we will be calling as external fertilization. So there fertilization takes place outside of the organism. At the time where we can see the development of a zygote means, once you see there that particular answer here I have written, in organisms with external fertilization, zygote is formed in the external medium. So means here the zygote, definitely zygote formation takes place where once you see its spot line in the external medium. Means external medium means that is not inside of the organism, that is outside of the organism. External meaning we know very well, no? Right. So usually, so external medium means which one we can consider? Water. Next one, whereas in those exhibiting internal fertilization, if you take internal fertilization, suppose what are the organisms showing off like which one internal fertilization there, definitely zygote formation occurs, or zygote formation inside of the body of the organism. Okay, so thereby, so very exclusively we can learn one point. What is that point? Suppose if the organisms are showing external fertilization there, so zygote formation takes place externally, external medium. Why? Because there the fertilization type is like external type, but whereas in another case, means in internal fertilization there zygote formation takes place within the organism. So based on that one, so there in means zygote formation takes place in two different types of atmospheric conditions. Suppose outside of the organism, like external. Suppose within the organism means internal. Avalada, simple. Next one, in organisms belonging to what are the organisms are belonging to? Fungi, algae. So in fungal members and algal members, no, zygote develops into a thick wall. This is important. Means where what are the organisms are belonging to the fungal members as well as algal members. Fungi members as well as algal members mattum. So zygote develops a thick wall. Don't forget the NEET examination point of view important. Sorry, zygote, around of the zygote, why is a thick wall formation? So what is happening, sir, means so this particular thick wall, it is resistant to the desiccation and damage. Means that protects this particular thick wall protects the zygote of algae as well as the zygote of fungi from desiccation, apadana loss of water. It protects from the loss of water as well as damage. It means water, that is thick wall. Means zygote of a thick wall definitely protects from the loss of water as well as damage. Loss of water only, our subject point of view, we will be calling as desiccation. Right. Next one, it undergoes a period of rest before germination. Once you see there, zygote formation takes place around of that particular zygote, thick wall formation, everything formation we are observing. Later it takes rest. We will be taking as a dormancy now. So period of rest we will be calling as, or we will be taking as dormancy. Likewise here also this particular zygote like undergoes a period of rest before its germination. Kandipa that particular dormancy is required. Period of rest. So the particular thing is required. Later zygote, it is a vital link. This is important point. So zygote is a vital link that ensures the continuity of a species between the organisms of the one generation to the next generation. Means here this one more time important. So once you see there zygote, so means from our parents to, so first of all our life cycle is started. So thereby our life cycle we have started with a single celled diploid organism or single celled diploid cell, that is zygote. Means now we will be having million number of cells or millions of cells in our body, but initially our life cycle is started with single celled diploid zygote. Means here so this particular diploid zygote only vital link between ours, means so from our parents to we have produced, and from us, so next one our generation will be produced. So thereby here what is the main important point? This particular diploid zygote is a vital link. This particular diploid zygote is a vital link that ensures the continuity of a species between the organisms of one generation to the next generation. Means here this particular zygote only connects. That's why here I have written as vital link, connects the connection between the two generations, our parental generation and our generation. So ரெண்டுமே all are linked together because of the presence of zygote. I hope you understood this particular example. Next one, in organisms with a haploidtic life cycle. So means what are the organisms showing off haploidtic life cycle? So their zygote divides by meiotic division. இப்போ பாருங்க, so organisms in which a haploidtic life cycle is there, zygote divides by the process of meiotic division or the reductional division. இப்போ zygote condition, what is the condition now we are observing? Diploid condition or 2n condition. இப்போ suppose if the process of meiotic division takes place means definitely what will be happen? Haploid spores formation takes place. Next one, these haploid spores only in favorable conditions grow into haploid individuals, isn't it? So thereby here what is the main important neat bit here we have to discuss means in a haploidtic life cycle organisms means in what are the organisms showing off like a haploidtic life cycle, their zygote divides by meiotic division. Meiotic division only we will be calling by one more name, reductional division, so thereby which one formation takes place? Haploid spores formation takes place. Okay, so these haploid spores are during favorable conditions grow into haploid individuals. Haploid individuals. Next one, further development of a zygote. This particular point also important. Once a zygote is formed, later further development of the diploid zygote mainly depends on where? Mainly depends on the life cycle of the organism and one more is environment it is exposed to. Means the further development of that particular zygote mainly depends on the two different type of factors. One is the life cycle of the organism and one more is what is the atmospheric conditions the particular organism is exposed to. So means likewise, so we can observe the development of the zygote. Okay, now here one more important point. What is that? Every sexual reproducing organism including human beings begins a life cycle or begins lives a single celled diploid zygote develops into embryo. Means here we will be having already this particular point I have given explanation, but now once you see that every sexual reproducing organism means even including human beings, so whatever it is, so definitely our life cycle we have been started with single celled diploid zygote. So that particular single celled diploid zygote only later develops into embryo. Means here the sexual reproducing organisms are there, even human beings. We are not exceptional, even human beings also begins our life cycle with a single celled diploid zygote. That particular single celled diploid zygote only after few mitotic divisions definitely develops into embryo. So that is the point here in this side we have discussed. Now, so here zygote is like embryo is formed now. That particular embryo only after few mitotic divisions develops into embryo. Embryo that is developed from the zygote. Means so here this particular zygote by the few mitotic divisions develops into embryo. So means here the development or the formation of embryo we will be taking as embryogenesis. Now the embryogenesis is refers to the presence of development of embryo from diploid zygote. So while calling or while reading zygote myself using diploid state. Why? Because definitely so we need to learn what is the ploidy of the particular state. So thereby here the zygote condition is diploid and embryo which is developed from the zygote also is diploid condition. Now embryogenesis is nothing but process of development of embryo from diploid zygote. Okay, that particular process we will be taking as embryogenesis. Now during embryogenesis what is happening? Zygote undergoes cell division. zygote undergo cell division is nothing but mitosis, and later what is happening now, cells differentiation. Now concentrate panninga, what is that? During embryogenesis what is happening now, zygote cell undergo mitotic cell division, so thereby what will be happen, so more number of cells will be developed, means definitely number of cells will be increased because of the mitotic cell division. Later what is the process we can observe, cell differentiation. Cell differentiation also, here I have written some more information. Let us study cell division process and cell differentiation process. But my dear students, what is my intention now, during embryogenesis just two different types of processes are there. One is a cell division process and one more is cell differentiation process. While cell division, while the process of cell division increase the number of cells, increase the number of cells in the developing embryo, means here the more number of cells are increased. So here the number of cells are increased, number of cells are increased by the process of cell division, and by the process of cell differentiation what is happening now, helps a group of cells to undergo certain modifications. Means in cell differentiation what is happening, help this particular cell differentiation helps, what are the group of cells are there in the like in a zygote undergo, or in embryo undergo certain modifications, and to form a specialized tissues and organs to form an organism. Zoology, in zoology also we will know a group of cells together involves in the development of eyes, and a group of the cells involves in the development of heart. Likewise, group of cells or the group of tissue helps in the formation of different types of organs and organ systems. Likewise, here also in plants also, when the particular cells are going to be differentiated and modifies and form, so by the getting of some kind of modifications, definitely some kind of tissues and some kind of organs and organ systems, and finally one complete organism formation takes place. Now that is information till now we have seen under embryogenesis. Next one, animals. Next one, animals are categorized into viviparous and viviparous and oviparous. Animals also we can be divided into two types. One is oviparous and one more is viviparous. Sir, how sir we have been divided the animals into two types means, continue to see. So that is based on whether the development of a zygote takes place outside of the body or inside. Means here the animals also we have been divided into two types. One is oviparous and one more is viviparous. How we have been divided the animals into two categories? Based on the development of zygote that takes place outside of the body of the organism or inside of the body of the organism. We see so external fertilization and internal fertilization, so based on that only. Okay, sorry, right. Next one, that is, so again conclusion, that is, so whether they lay fertilized eggs or unfertilized eggs or gives birth to young ones. So that particular information also. So thereby oviparous, if you see there, definitely that will produce or that may lay eggs, fertilized or unfertilized eggs. If viviparous means that may give birth to the young ones. If ovi means oviparous means definitely that may lay eggs. Eggs also, here two different types of eggs are there. One is fertilized egg and one more is unfertilized egg. Means chance is there for laying of fertilized or unfertilized. And oviparous means definitely oviparous means that gives organism or the female organism gives birth to the young ones. Give birth to the young ones. That is a phenomenon of viviparous. One more information now let us see. In oviparous animals, oviparous. In oviparous animals like reptiles, birds, the fertilized eggs are covered by hard calcareous shell. Very, very important. Calcareous shell in chemistry point of view, calcium carbonate, I think so, CaCO3 we will be calling Okay, chemical point of view, chemical structure. Oviparous animals like reptiles and birds, the fertilized eggs are covered by hard calcareous shell made up of CaCO3 are laid in the safe place, means here the eggs are laid safe place in the environment. So this one we can understand. Later a period of incubation of young ones hatch out. A period of incubation, after a period of for example 21 days, mummy suppose she will be keeping eggs for incubation period, so after somewhat period, after incubation period, small hatches will come out, so that will be very attractive, even we can see in chicks also, chicken, so that kind of a phenomenon. So thereby next on other hand, what is happening now in viviparous animals? I'm aware in viviparous animals means majority of the mammals, means viviparous condition we can observe in majority of the mammals, including which one? Our human beings also, the zygote develops into young ones inside of the body of the female organism. Idi ellarikume theriyum. Why? Because in viviparous animals point of view, even majority of the mammals, including human beings, the zygote develops into young one or the young one inside of the body of the female organism, isn't it? So later, after attaining a certain stage or the stage of the growth, the young ones are delivered out of the body of the female organism. Means here the development of the development of the organism taking place inside of the female organism. So somewhat development, not somewhat, complete development. Okay, means so when that particular organism is developing within the female organism, after certain stage, definitely that particular organism will come out. That is only we will be calling as delivery. So later what is happening? That particular organism means what is the organism or what is the new offsprings or delivered out. So definitely that will be under the supervision of a female organism. Okay, that one suppose if you take a human beings also, right? Now after that particular point, what is the point? Because a proper embryonic care and protection changes the survival of young ones is greater in viviparous organisms. Ipo parunga, viviparous organisms and oviparous organisms, differentiation, which one differentiation we are studying. So there in a differentiation, what is the main important points to be discussed means? So what is the main important points or discussing means? So once you see there, in viviparous condition is better than the oviparous condition. Why? Because here he was given one important conclusion regarding the viviparous condition. Once you see there, why here the viviparous condition is better than the oviparous means because proper embryonic care and protection. Body developing a new young one is there means definitely pre-embryonic care or the proper embryonic care we will be taking, and protection also will be there now. Suppose if the organism's development taking place outside of the organism means who will protect this one? No chance. And the changes of survival of young ones is greater in viviparous organisms. Means here the changes of the surveillance of the young ones also definitely we will be, means here the survival of young ones also we will be taking, means we can take more protection in viviparous condition. So means embryonic care, development and protection, and here the protection regarding the young ones in viviparous condition. So protection will be more than the oviparous condition. That is a point I would like to explain. Next one, in flowering plants, I'm aware in flowering plants, the zygote is formed inside the ovule. In flowering plants, the zygote is formed inside the ovule after fertilization. Ipo parunga, in flowering plants and definitely zygote is formed inside the ovule. Okay, so definitely zygote formation takes place inside the ovule. Why? Because within the ovule only, no. So ovule structure, if you see, there are no two integuments which covers the ovule, protecting layers, no integuments, and like embryo sac is there, or egg apparatus. Egg apparatus kile is polar nucleus, and polar nucleus kile antipodals. Now, during the process of fertilization, what is happening? One male gamete comes to come and fuse with the egg cell and results in the formation of diploid zygote. Diploid zygote development, everything we are observing within the ovule only, no. Within the ovule, and after fertilization, what is happening? The sepals, calyx members, flower, if you take there, no, 4 parts are there, no, calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Sexual reproduction process, everything taking place in female reproductive system. What is happening after fertilization? What are the main important points? After fertilization, calyx members, sepals, and corolla members, petals, and stamens. Male reproductive system stamens wither and fall off. Means here 3 reproductive whorls, or 3 whorls of the flower. Sepals, petals, and stamens wither and fall off. Wither and fall off, both same meaning only. So wither and fall off. Next one is zygote. Now here zygote develops into embryo. Till now we have seen that one only, no. Zygote develops into embryo, and ovules develops into seed. Here not having place, no. That's why here ovules into seed and ovaries into fruit. Simpler terms I have used. So thereby ovules means after fertilization, zygote develops into embryo, ovules develops into seed, and ovary develops into fruit. Where? In flowering plants. Okay, now till now what is the information we have discussed? No, let me explain within 1 or 2 minutes. First one, embryogenesis. Embryogenesis is nothing but the process of the development of embryo. The process of development of embryo from where? Diploid zygote. So there, during embryogenesis process, 2 types of processes are there. One is a cell cycle, and one more is cell differentiation. Cell cycle, what is a kind of cell cycle or the cell division takes place? Means mitotic division, only chance. There is no chance to the meiotic division. Next one, during cell cycle or the cell division, so number of cells are increased. Okay, more number of cells are increased, and in cell differentiation, definitely what are the tissues or what are the cells are there, no, all these cells are modified and to form special tissues and later organs, and finally one particular organism formation takes place. Likewise in animals point of view, so animals we will be categorizing into 2 types. One is oviparous and one more is viviparous. Oviparous means egg laying like birds, egg laying animals, and oviparous means directly which will give young ones or birth to young ones. Eggs also, 2 types of eggs also are there. Fertilized eggs are there as well as unfertilized eggs are there. Suppose if you take oviparous animals, best examples reptiles, birds lay which one fertilized eggs which are covered by the calcareous shell. So all these one calcareous shell protects the particular egg. Next one, after somewhat period of incubation, definitely so young ones hatch will come out. Next one, on the other hand point of view, viviparous condition, if you see there are there, majority of the mammals including human beings, zygote development takes place within the female organism. Means in comparison of oviparous and viviparous, so the survivalence means the better way is viviparous condition. Why? Because here this particular viviparous condition only taking embryonic care and protection, and definitely that gives more protection to the young ones. So thereby in comparison of oviparous and viviparous development or viviparous development of new organism is better than the oviparous condition. Next one, in flowering plants, no, zygote formation. Zygote is formed inside the ovule. After fertilization, sepals, petals, stamens, means first 3 whorls of the flower fall off or with the next one, in female reproductive system, no, zygote develops into embryo, ovules develop into seed, and ovary develops into fruit. So this is somewhat information or the small information regarding neat information of first chapter. Okay, so here maximum information we have discussed in classes also, but here neat purpose also we have to be discussed. That's why in the first videos I have given most important information. So after covering of that particular information, I have given well-known information till now. So this is information regarding first chapter, that is reproduction in organisms. So in the next video I will start the information regarding sexual reproduction in flowering plants. There also somewhat information I will cover. So we are taking the information from the MTG, Allen and Akash resonance, and there are different types of materials together giving information. This is the first chapter regarding reproduction. That's why well-known points only are there in all books. So you no need to refer any book. So we will give entire information. Just you watch these videos. Take care and be safe at home.